Hey everyone, I hope you all had a great weekend. Merry Christmas if Christmas is the thing that you do or did. I hope it was a good one. We had a pretty decent one. My son got a lot of fun things, and my wife and we are pretty much those adults that buy what we want. Not that we have money for anything and everything, but what we want that we know we can afford throughout the year. And when it gets time to Christmas, we're kind of left like, I don't need anything. I don't want anything. I already got it. So, but it's all about the boy, all about our son, and he had a good one. We're gonna talk box office. So let's get into it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Daily Cup of Genre here on the Genreverse YouTube channel and Genreverse Podcast Network, available on all of your favorite podcast apps such as Apple or Spotify. Of course, you want to be subscribed to the YouTube channel if you're watching us on there, because we have a lot of other great content. The Cantina for Star Wars, Breaking Geek will be coming back in the new year with a new name, new look, new approach, but anything and everything, anime reactions, trailer reactions. Check out merch. Where'd my merch link go? There it is. Merch link in the description box below. All these prints on more than just clothing. You get them on mugs and stuff like that. I suggest a cute anime girl mug with one of our many poses with the IMA. And of course, LRMonline.com every day for all entertainment news, needs, opinions. Not really a whole lot of around LRM. We had the holiday weekend. There is, of course, the comic source has been doing their 12 days of the comic source. I almost just said 12 days of Christmas. But it is, a play on that. So that's been going on. Of course, you can go in there and read some reviews and take a look at some comics. And the celebrity interviews on the LRM YouTube channel are available there as well. You can see Nancy doing a interview with someone involved with Wonka. Box office. Let's stop rambling. For you guys that don't know, I'm actually recording this way earlier than I normally do. Everyone else is still asleep at this point, and because I don't have to get Lucas ready for school, I didn't have to record this after that. So yay, but also I'm trying to speak more quietly, and I'm still not fully awake. Box office numbers, guys. Let's talk just the numbers first before we get into comic book movies and Aquaman more in depth. 27 million opening for Aquaman. Domestic opening for Aquaman. Did break 100 million, looks to break about 120 million for its worldwide opening, where you see some saying domestic box office 40 million there, including the 4-day holiday. So those are estimates, but as far as its initial weekend, its actual Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 27 million for it, which is not all that hot. Where's my weekend chart? There it is. And of course, I get my charts from thenumbers.com. That's the hyphen or dash numbers.com. Wonka had a decent, although much like Hunger Games, where you start low, having a decent second weekend drop still is not great. 54% modern days. That's actually pretty damn respectable. Big box office hits, like even Spider-Man, are pushing well over 60% second weekend drops. New movies: Migration, Anyone But You, Solar, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, part 1, Ceasefire, and Iron Claw, bringing in 3 through 6, all brand new movies. Number 5 there, the Solar one, only a limited release, 796 theaters here in the domestic market. Hunger Games, 48% drop, 3 million. It's actually done really well. It was number 8 this weekend, 303 million. And I mean really well as far as like longevity compared to its starting point. Godzilla -1 and Dunkey, another new movie with a more limited release, rounding out your top 10 for a weekend total combined 92 million. Sad, still awful. I mean, think about that. You had a yeah, it's the holiday weekend, but there was a time when holiday movies on the holiday weekend were a pretty big deal. Blockbuster movie hit this weekend, and there was a allegedly blockbuster movie out last weekend, and those two combined couldn't do jack. It's bad, guys. Like, we'll get into why Aquaman, failed miserably, and if you don't want to consider that a failure, dude, it's a failure up there with the Marvels. I don't know how much Aquaman cost to do, but we'll get into Aquaman in a little bit because we still need to talk the annual box office before we get there. Let's get into the annual box office because it's not going to be anywhere near $9 billion. We're sitting at about 8.6 now, 8.65-ish, and we've got 1 weekend left. Aquaman's not going to all of a sudden have like a dramatic, boost in its second weekend. Over on Rotten Tomatoes, you see an audience score of 79, critics score 36, and that is 79 positive versus 36% positive on the critic side. Not like A, B, C, D, F scores. For those of you that might not know, it's not going to sit there and all of a sudden jump up and make $100, $200, $300 million and nothing big else coming out. So we're going to end this year in that 8.5 to 9 range that I had predicted before. I was like, oh no, it'll be closer to 9. But anyways, we're going to end up at 8.7 something, maybe. I could see, look, I mean, 92, it's going to drop. It's going to drop. It's not going to, I mean, next weekend we might end up with 60. Why did Aquaman fail? It wasn't, we can't blame it on, as far as I know, I haven't heard anything about woke stuff, quote unquote, air quotes, whatever. Woke stuff hasn't been on my radar for this one at all. It's not female centric to blame it on men that hate females, or anything that I can think of. People might say, well, it doesn't matter. It's a DCEU film, right? It's the last of the DCEU, and therefore it doesn't matter, and that's why people didn't see it. But I thought if something was good, people will see it, regardless of what it is or who it is, right? If something's good, they'll see it, right? Heard, maybe people can blame it on her, but she was cut up out of it, the way I understand. Like, mostly, like, there's not a lot of her in it. It's fatigue, guys. People don't care. They're willing to wait. I think it's real now, and it's a combination, because you look at the 8 or 9 comic book movie releases from this year. You look at Aquaman, the Marvels. I'm trying to work backwards somewhat here. Blue Beetle and Quantum Mania, The Flash, and now I'm no longer working backwards. Guardians 3, Spider-Verse being an exception, Guardians 3 being one as well. I feel like I'm missing one, or Shazam. So there's 8. Like I said, 8 or 9. You have 2 successes. One's animated, Spider-Verse, and then Guardians. People are burned out because so much mediocrity and so much drama. Like, I think part of the drama, I think people that are like, oh, Aquaman doesn't matter, I do think that's part of it, but again, if it's good, we'll go see anything, right? That's the dig I'm trying to make there. But the drama just in general with DC, I think has been an issue. The what won't carry over. And then Marvel mediocrity. And I think people are burned out on that. People are burned out on lack of payoff. People are burned out on not seeing things come together anymore. That's what we had grown accustomed to, and they've been farting that away in exchange to have just more content on streaming, which I don't want this to become a big streaming rant, but you guys know my feelings on that. Sigh. What do we do then? What does 2025 or 2024 and 25 look like? Well, in 24 you have these Spider-Man spin-offs. Allegedly we're gonna get 3 of them: Venom 3, Kraven the Hunter, and Madam Web. We've seen trailers for 2 out of the 3 of those. We all know how that's gonna go. I don't think there's anything for DC. Joker 2, I think Joker 2 might be next year, but everything else is like 2025. Marvel Studios, they have Deadpool. Deadpool makes money. I bet you it does. There's going to be a nostalgia factor. I don't care to see Deadpool kills the Marvel universe. I really don't, because it's more like kills the Fox-Men universe, and I don't have nostalgia for that. I really don't. But it'll make money, and I hope it's good. I really do. I'll be open-minded, and hopefully I'll find something besides nostalgia in it to enjoy. Which is why I still haven't watched No Way Home a second time, because I relatively enjoyed it in theaters, but it was thin, and I don't have nostalgia for Toby or Andrew, so it's like I don't think it'll hold up, and I really like Tom Holland's Spider-Man, so I won't watch it again, I don't think. Comic book movie fatigue, guys. It's real now. It's here. It's real. 2025 is going to bring a bunch of challenges, everything from like Captain America 4 to Thunderbolts, allegedly Fantastic Four, like Superman Legacy. That's a big deal. Like if that's not a home run success, is there any point in going forward with any idea of a shared universe anymore? Or do you just stop all of that, say, hey, we had a good run, wait a few years, go back to the way it was in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, where everything's separated? I personally don't want that. I like the shared universe, but you really have to get back on track, get back on target, not worry about the amount of content that you're pushing out. But it might just be too late. The ship may have sailed. 2025 will let us know for sure if the ship has sailed. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Sorry if this episode's a little bit messy. Maybe I should have waited another hour before I recorded it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Lots of great content there. All of our podcast non-reaction videos basically go up on your favorite podcast apps like Spotify and Apple, Amazon, and more. LRMonline.com every day for all entertainment, news, needs, opinions, celebrity interviews, and more. I've been Kyle. I gotta start remembering to say that at the beginning. And I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.